Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Ladies and gentlemen, and there goes the final score. Newcastle 1, Barcelona 2. And today, here, I'm going to try and break down at what exactly transpired at the St. James Park. As once again, another Champions League night. And these are the nights we live for, don't we? Yeah, another Champions League night, or should we say a Marcus Rashford night. So where do we start? Okay, the game did begin at a slower kind of a tempo, yeah, where Newcastle seemed to be on the front foot. They decided to, play the high press, and when St. James's Park is booming, it's always very tough because St. James's Park is like a 12th man for the Newcastle players, but some players I'm going to have to give a special shout out. I know Rashford is going to get the spotlight, and rightly so. I mean, we're going to get to him in a moment. Scored 2 goals, second brilliantly well taken goal. But tonight, a player I feel that deserves a lot of credit, Joan Garcia. Honestly, he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world this season, and I'm surprised no one is even talking about it. Like, so far, it's not that easy to move from, Espanyol and move to a big club like Barca and start delivering. Honestly, this might be a stretch, but he is maybe the best keeper in the world. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. I still think he has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world. In the first half, there was that chance that he saved earlier on. That was through his positioning, and honestly speaking, I feel like Joan Garcia is the type of goalkeeper that is going to help or boost Barcelona in terms of challenging for more and more silverware, because I feel like Barcelona have hit the jackpot with Joan Garcia on this one. And let's say it as it is. He could be a reason as to why, if Barca go far in competitions like they did last season, he could be a major factor as to the reason why he does that. Yeah, and how he's been able to operate, especially with that Hansi Flick's high line. You know very well the high line, the way Newcastle always have pacey forwards up front, Anthony Elanga, Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes. Honestly, he has slotted it well. I feel like he's a player that deserves a lot of credit, and I don't think many are giving him the credit. And then, the man of the day, Marcus Rashford. Honestly, I feel so happy for him, and you should try and feel happy for him too. Scored 2 brilliant goals and has announced his arrival, or let's just say it is now Rashford time at Barcelona. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna say like he played good for maybe the 90 minutes or so, but in that second half he patterned up very well and took his goals brilliantly, especially that second goal. That second goal is now vintage Rashford. Yeah, the Rashford we all know at the Prem. Yeah, the second goal took it well. We all know Marcus Rashford on the ball, one of the best ball strikers in the world, strikes the ball well with power. That was no chance there for Nick Pope, and hopefully this is the start of something special for Rashford, because I feel like the last week he's been cooking something. Yeah, he also had a good game against Valencia. I didn't see much of the hype, but today I didn't see him get enough hype or enough praise. But today, fantastic goal at the St. James's Park. Yeah, he returns to England to come to haunt another English team yet again, and I feel like another play. Okay, he had a very good game, and honestly speaking, another reason I'm so happy for Marcus Rashford is the fact that he is now, the difference between Spanish media and English media is that with Spain, most of the time, sometimes, okay, they might not be the best, but they usually appreciate you for what you do. And the English media is kind of the opposite, whereby he just got bashed around. Yeah, always getting criticized. Yeah, he was always getting criticized for doing something good. I was even reading somewhere, was it Sky Sports News, that was saying how they were wondering how he got a move to Barcelona. Bro, this is one of the best managers in the world. Hansi Flick has been able to spot the talent. The talent has always been there. Yeah, you can question his consistency, but the talent is always there. and one of the best attacking managers in the world, Hansi Flick has been able to spot that talent. And here you have Sky Sports acting like, oh, this guy's a media player, always getting bashed in the media, always getting constant blames. It's good to see him thrive in another environment. Yeah, Marcus Rashford. Let's hope he can continue like that, and let's hope he can also maintain the pace. Another player I want to focus on, and I feel like these performances, we are so used to seeing them, but we just don't acknowledge him enough. And that player for me is Pedri. Pedri for me, yeah, the best midfielder in the world. I feel like one of the most underrated traits about Pedri is how complete he has been. Many people usually focused on his defensive part of the game, but you have to say his defensive part has been quite amazing so far. And him and Frankie de Jong have been such a fantastic duo. Technically, two of the most technically gifted midfielders. The way today they were running around the midfield of Joelinton, Guimaraes, and Tonali, one of the most physical midfields in the Prem, and one of the most physical midfields out there. Bro, the way they ran the show around them, it's like they weren't even there. Yeah, they were even forced to be making constant fouls, left, right, and center. But once again, Pedri is just one of those players that you just have to sit down and watch the game, yeah, with your eyes, other than the stats, the numbers, the metrics and all that, because the stats and the metrics can be a bit deceiving from what you know from the eye test. The eye test in football is normally very, very important, and Pedri Gonzalez passes the eye test with ease. Yeah, him and De Jong today, another player that I feel you should get a lot of credit. They played a fantastic game. They controlled the game with ease. The way they control the game, yeah, the way they just ooze class, technically fantastic, yeah. And so far, from a Barcelona point of view, I don't think they had the best game so far. But when you go to St. James Park, when you have such tough away games, you take the 3 points, because right now in this league phase, any point matters, yeah. All points do matter. And for Newcastle, I don't think they played too bad, but I think just Barcelona were a big class ahead of them. I'm looking at people saying how Barcelona, they are struggling and all that. I didn't think they struggled as much as people are trying to make it out look, but I just thought it was just a job well done, yeah. Another player, I don't think for me, Rafinha, he had an okay game. First half he was nowhere, second half he tried. I didn't think he had his best of games like the Rafinha we all know, but one thing we can all agree, Barca do miss Lamine Yamal. Yeah, you know, Lamine Yamal, yeah, you can talk about Rafinha, he has scored some brilliant goals. Don't get me wrong, I think Rafinha is a top player, scored some big goals, scored some important goals as well, not just big goals in big games, important goals as well, yeah, equalizers. But Lamine Yamal is still the best player in this Barcelona team. And you can see there were times they were missing that creative spark, they were missing that kind of a flair from Lamine Yamal, which I think he needs to come back as soon as possible to bring it onto the team. Yeah, but this is also a statement win for Barcelona, because it shows that even if your best player is missing, you can go to tough grounds, tough games against tough teams and get a win. It shows that the mentality point of view has changed, and this is something Hansi Flick has got to get credit for. Yeah, their mentality point of view, they have totally changed. This is a different Barca. And another player I would give a special shout out is Jules Koundé. I thought he handled Javi Barnes very well, apart from a few times when Barnes got in, tried to get the shot on target. I thought like Jules Koundé had a very good game, and I think he's a player that goes under the radar. Barca did miss him against Inter, and let's hope he can also stay fit. And they didn't, speaking of staying fit, a player they did miss a little bit there, let's be honest, but it was Alejandro Balde on the left. I didn't think Gerard Martin had a bad game, but Alejandro Balde is just different in that left back role. Yeah, his pace was badly needed. But I thought today it was just a professional game from Barca. from a Newcastle point of view, I don't think they should be too disappointed. They still have 7 games to go. There will be some tough games, but they need to make St. James Park a fortress. They can still do it. They are still a fantastic team. Yeah, but I thought today, I think Eddie Howe should have started with Nick Woltemade, because even the goal that Newcastle scored, Woltemade started the goal. Yeah, I thought they should have started Nick Woltemade. I thought they were missing that sort of a target man in the box. If Woltemade had started, would they have won the game? We will never know. But he should be starting games. They missed that focal point. They missed that target man out there. I think he should have started there. But all in all, Eddie Howe shouldn't be too disappointed. They still have 7 games to go, and I still think they're a fantastic team. And let's see what happens now in their Premier League campaign. I don't know who they're playing next. We shall confirm. Let me know in the comments who they're playing next. But all in all, it was a good game, a professional job by Barcelona. But today is just a day for Marcus Rashford. Gotta feel happy for him, and to be honest, he deserves that moment, doesn't he? Let it all work out. So let me know down in the comments, do you think, where do you rank Barcelona in terms of your favorites to win the Champions League? Are they your favorites to win the Champions League? Do you think this will be the year they go all the way? And let me know down in the comments what you think. Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.